HarperCollins presents Into the Hall of Vice by Anabelle Bryant. Read by Ethan Kelly. Chapter 1. Cole Hewitt eased lower on the velvet-backed bonnet chair and angled his hips a fraction to the right. Circumstances were glorious at the moment, not at all like the reality of his lackluster existence, especially here in a quality establishment like Lady Eliza's House of Pleasure. Granted, Eliza was no more a lady than Cole was an earl, but the pleasure part couldn't be truer. And that was why brothels existed, wasn't it? To help men ignore the harsh truisms of daily living until forced to bear the brunt of their decisions. Although harsh wasn't the correct word. As one of the proprietors of an exclusive London gaming hell, he'd established wealth and respect at the early age of 24. Along the way, he'd obtained a fine apartment, purchased several superior thoroughbreds, and honed his pistol skill to crack shot at no less than 30 paces, all within 3 years. Nevertheless, outward appearance and inward turmoil were at odds every day of the week. It was as though several different personalities lived within him, all embroiled in argument. A delicious tremor of pleasure overrode his introspective considerations. He glanced down to where a silky auburn tress traced across his thigh. Threading his fingers in the length, he brushed it away, and a groan escaped upon her deliberate downward stroke. He was a son of a bitch bastard byblow, born on the wrong side of the blanket, and comfortable with life among the jackals, card sharks, and common folk who composed his closest kin. Still he remained balanced on the fine line between bastardry and the realm, nimbly positioned on the cutting blade of a dagger, aware of unsavoury alliances, weaknesses of the peerage, and the unexpected damage that could be done if he did not tread with care. He asked little of life, his expectations few. He had long ago abandoned the notion that the normal privileges due respectable gentlemen were within reach. Family, love, loyalty, they existed for other men. Life was all about perception anyway, wasn't it? People saw what they wished to see, hardly sparing the time to look closely before passing judgment, never realizing things are often not how they appear. He quirked a half-smile and settled his gaze on the eager-to-please miss below. Things were exactly how they appeared at present. Allowing his eyes to fall closed, he surrendered to sensation, annoyed with his wandering stream of idle thought. Since when had he become so jaded as to not enjoy a good bobbin on his nobbin? His cock twitched, demanding well-deserved attention to the ambitious activity in his lap. He let every niggling protest and doubt fade away until he shut out finer emotion. Now was not the time for introspective examination. Lady Gemma Amberson, sister of the Duke of Kent and impatient guest, displayed her lead at the loo table during the Bardsleys' Friday evening card party. It was one of the few weekly gatherings her brother Hugh permitted without question, and, although playing loo was not high on her list of desirable social distractions, she would never eschew the opportunity to escape Stratton House. Life within suffocated her spirit. An immediate frown threatened at the thought of Rosalind, her younger sister, but she dashed it away for the sake of appearances. Gathering the chips at the centre, she caught the notice of Lord Winton across the table, one of the 5 regular players in attendance. His relationship with her deceased father was older than a decade, though Winton was years younger. He was a sly scoundrel and far too handsome gentleman, who often accidentally brushed his boot against her slipper or nudged her elbow as he dealt cards, the strength of his forearm pressing against her satin glove belying his claim of clumsiness. Her brother would be overjoyed were she to accept Winton's suit and begin a formal courtship, despite his being several years older than she. Title excused the man's advanced experience, and he was a viscount after all. It was no secret Kent would celebrate with great relief at foistering her off to become another gentleman's headache. Her future distracted from his primary focus of legal issues and parliamentary concerns. She wondered at the rigorous investigation any suitor would endure in order to meet her brother's high expectations.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?